I approach this topic today with a certain amount of sadness. There's much to be appreciated about the Hillsong organization of Australia and their contribution to church growth and worship music. I appreciate a lot of what they've done. The way they approach the gospel isn't my cup of tea, and it's not my preference, but I abide by the principle of Paul in Philippians 1:18, when he said, whether Christ is preached in truth or contention, I still praise God that Jesus is preached. What I'm talking about is the fall from grace, the moral collapse of Carl Lentz, the foremost U.S. pastor who was the leader of the Hillsong New York City church. Lentz is better known as a sycophant to the stars in his hobnobbing with celebrities, including Justin Bieber, whom he baptized. I was there for services at the PlayStation Theater just off Times Square in New York City to hear Lentz preach. And frankly, after what I observed that day included the unqualified endorsement of the Marxist-tinged Black Lives Matter movement, I wasn't really that much surprised by what had happened when I learned in the news media that he had been involved sexually with a 34-year-old jewelry designer in New York City, a Muslim of Egyptian descent. Latest word has it that Lentz, his wife, and 3 children are trying to restore the marriage and having family therapy. That's a good thing. But one thing he probably isn't getting is deliverance, because you see, Hillsong doesn't believe in deliverance. They oppose it, and they don't believe that a Christian can have a demon. Unfortunately, I'm concerned that Lentz may have fallen prey to what I call the Cleopatra curse, something I've dealt with on a number of occasions. Now, Cleopatra was the last Egyptian queen of the Ptolemaic dynasty. Now, forget about the Elizabeth Taylor, Richard Burton movie version. Cleopatra was an adulteress who, because of her evil, nearly brought down the Roman Empire because of her dalliances with Caesar and Mark Antony. Legend has it that she finally committed suicide, being bitten by an asp. The real historical Cleopatra was part of what I call the Isis Cleopatra Jezebel curse. And what happened to Carl Lentz has all the earmarks of it. Remember, his mistress was a Muslim of Egyptian descent. What he really needs is an exorcism. We need to pray for Carl and his family, and we need to pray for Hillsong. I would encourage them to reconsider their viewpoint on the subject of deliverance. How else can you describe what happened unless you say that it was demonic? And if demonic, what are you going to do about it if you don't believe in exorcism and deliverance to break the Cleopatra curse?
Your financial support and prayers make it possible for us to bring hope for the hurting and freedom to those in spiritual bondage. For the latest information regarding ministry outreaches, go to boblarson.org or call 303-980-1511.